This is a lot easier to do when you're behind the camera and not in front of it.
Paranoid is about... How about you go first, because I cannot do this at all.
Hi, my name is Rene Garcia.
Hi, my name is Joel Green, and I am the co-creator of Paranoid.
Here's a little behind the scenes snippet into the making of Paranoid.
Paranoid is a short film about the paranormal crossing over with the normal. A mundane suburban town coming in contact with the supernatural and the unexplained.
So around September 2019, Joel came to me with the idea of making like a short meta Halloween themed short film called Paranoid. It was about this young couple that gets stalked by a malicious entity, and then when he presented the script to me, I thought it was like, you know, it was very simple, very easy to film, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, let's go for it.
I originally came up with the idea as a kind of a horror comedy short. I also wanted it to be very self-aware. Those are always elements I liked in movies and TV shows that I've watched in the past.
Clark, it's creepy out here, and it's close to Halloween.
Relax, trust me. Anything that can get you ain't gonna be out and about at this time of night.
I've always wanted to write and make my own short film, especially after being inspired by Talia, the Talia and Human series that you can find on the Rene Films channel. I always wanted to write and create my own based on my own ideas, and that's kind of what Paranoid was. It was the first thing that I wrote myself and created a universe for that I really wanted to make my own.
What attracted me to the project was its simplicity. Oh, this would be pretty cool visually to show. And so I was like, all right, let's make this. We posted a casting call for Clark and Katie. I already knew Ryan T. Johnson, so I was like, oh, let's cast him. That way we're only looking for the lead, the girl to play Katie. So we put out a casting call, and then we went on vacation to California. While we were there, we finalized it to Jordan Hancock.
You're a pretty young woman in a creepy place, alone, at night. It doesn't mean that there's anything...
Jump scare!
God!
And it was our first time working with her, and honestly, I fell in love with her as soon as I met her. She was funny.
She was great for the role. I remember that night when we first filmed it, it was really cold.
We're out here making a film. Say hi. Say hi, Jordan. Hi. And then Corey's over there in this giant blanket. And then Rene, Joel, and Don are in the dark.
I'm filming B-roll right now.
Scene 3, take one.
Shot.
Ow. Don't look at me.
Are you cold?
No, perfectly fine.
She's
Feel great. Feels great out here.
It's a little hot, actually.
Another day in the park.
Yeah. Looks like I can have a towel.
It's so hot in the Texas heat. Wow.
You have something on your head there. What is that?
Yeah, I just washed my hair. It's drying.
Ryan, I can see you.
Transform me into an alien.
But we were troopers and we got through it.
And then whenever we finished the film, we were trying to release it in time for Halloween, but because, you know, post-production takes so long and we were trying to come up with like a CGI demon, like it didn't work out. We ended up releasing in November.
I wanted to release it by Halloween. It released a little bit after Halloween, but when it released, I was happy with it, and I was glad that we released a nice, short, little... I saw it as a nice, humble start to my career in writing and making films. So Paranoid kind of sat for about a year through the pandemic and everything, and then towards the end of 2020, Rene came to me and pitched an idea of remaking it.
I told Joel, I was like, hey, why don't we remake the film in a different setting with, you know, new actors, a better, higher budget. So we rewrote the film. Originally it was gonna take place during Christmas, and then we pushed it back, and it's like, all right, let's just film it at, a really nice house. I have a friend who has a really nice house. So Tashonda, one of my best friends, I asked her like, hey, can we film at your house? We're shooting a short film, and your house matches what we're looking for. And she was like, yeah, let's do it.
And as time went on, we casted Will Burnson and Olivia Chinklepalmi, both great actors. Had a lot of fun working with both of them. They're both really nice, really talented. They brought a lot to the roles. I really enjoyed them.
I heard something outside the window and I know there's no tree.
You're just being paranoid. It's probably a bird or something.
What if it's the Middletown monster?
That doesn't exist.
How do you know?
Because I am the Middletown monster!
Shut up.
It was a lot of fun working with them, filming at Renee's friend Tashonda's house. She was super nice, amazing, just a great time on that set.
Hello and welcome to the behind the scenes for Paranoid. This is my first time being in front of the camera doing this, so please excuse my awkwardness. On the right over here we have Julian Tejada doing our AD, getting our equipment ready. He's also our equipment rack person. Hi to camera.
Hi, my name's Hunter Feature and you're watching Disney Channel. And I am currently practicing the look that we're going to give our actor and actresses for a possessed look. I'm gonna go in mostly under the eye with a little bit of red, some white highlights, make them look kind of tired and more sick. And practice a little bit on myself, see how that looks, and after that, just see what else we need to do.
Beautiful.
Thanks, I know I am.
This seems like a pretty legit location release form to me. Yes. I want to do the office look every time. So
Yeah.
What I wanted to do this time around was basically focus on like having more colorful cinematography, and that was what drew me to remaking this. Was like I wanted to make it better visually, and I think I can say we definitely succeeded in that, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful to Ryan for his help with the lighting, with Olivia and Will, and that lighting looks perfect. Thanks, Ryan.
And once we filmed the remake, we were going to release it that summer, and eventually Rene came to me with the idea of using the original, putting the original with the new one, and making it into a parallel universe.
I'm a huge horror fan, and demons and pocket universes and parallel universes, and I was like, let's explore that side of the storyline more. Which I thought was an amazing idea. I always loved the idea of parallel universes, and shows like Rick and Morty. It's always inspired me to do sci-fi stuff like that. So I thought it was an amazing idea, and so we went ahead because we wanted to still use the original Paranoid, because we did take the time and effort to make it. We didn't just want to not have it, because it was our first time filming with Jordan. It was our first. It was like my first real short film, so we wanted to use it. Whenever I told Joel like, hey, let's combine the original film with this new one and bridge them together, and so I came up with the character of Luke, who is basically Katie Prime's brother, and so he's looking for her, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna cast Hunter. That way we save time on casting, and Hunter is my muse, so why not, right?
We had a good time with it. I really enjoyed writing it and tying it together into the parallel universe, the more sci-fi aspect of it. and it really got me excited about the future of the world of Middletown that I've been wanting to make for so long. And I know parallel universes are going to be a pretty central theme to that as well. So I'm glad we did that with it. I'm glad we took as much time as we did on it. And I remember we were going to film it. We were going to release it in October 2021. That didn't quite work out, so we ended up pushing it back to January. And I remember I really wanted to get it released.
So originally we talked about remaking this film in December of 2020. I brought up the idea to Joel, and he was like, okay, let's do it. And so we didn't enter development until like early 2021, and we were supposed to film it in the spring, and it was supposed to come out like a few weeks after that. But we filmed in March, and then we kind of had to pause because of scheduling issues up until May or June. And then when we finally shot that stuff, that's when I came up with this idea of bridging the two films together. And so we rewrote the script and then delayed the film a little bit more, and then we filmed the scenes with Hunter as Luke, and then we were like, all right, we're gonna release it in August, or no, we were gonna release it in July, right? But then I picked up another project to clean up on aisle 8, right? Is that Superstore? And then I was like, okay, let's just push it back to October. That's when we originally wanted to release the first one, so let's just keep the timeline, the release window where we wanted it. But, I work a full-time job, 40 hours a week, and then I started working part-time at a movie theater, and so I was just hella busy, and then there was just so much production work or post-production work that I was already doing for Paranoid. I was like, I'm gonna delay this, because we were still missing a few more scenes and a few more like shots, and some of the visual effects, we needed more time. And so I was like, all right, let's delay this to November. And then we were like, November is like the latest. We'll get it done by November. November came and went, and there was still no film. And then ultimately we were like, all right, January 2022 is when we're gonna release it. I made the teaser, I released it, and I was like, all right, it has to come out in January now. And today is January 30th, so we're cutting it a little close. Tomorrow is the 31st, as of when we're filming this. So
we got it done this month. Really, it was Rene and his editing skills that got it done this month. But I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm glad it's done, and I'm glad it's finally out there. And I think it's going to be a great start to the Middletown series.
Overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. It definitely wasn't, it took a while, but I think all the work that we've been putting, or honestly that I've been putting into the post-production, has really paid off. And Joel's been there as an advisor, and he's come to see the project.
Paranoid, like I said, was originally supposed to be a self-referential, a humorous, satirical horror piece, lighthearted horror piece, and it really did evolve into a more serious sci-fi horror thriller. And while I lean towards a comedy, I really like the more serious tone because the stakes are higher and it's more dramatic. And I think we really did a good job with the creepy factor and the scary factor, which is always great. And I can't wait to see how it does, and I can't wait to see what people think of it.
I was humbled because this was Joel's vision, and I helped him produce it, and the fact that he was happy with it made me happy. And then basically just the film itself and everything and all the visual effects and all the how it looks, all the visuals, the score we used, the sound design and all that. I'm really happy with it, and honestly I'm a little bummed that it's not going to go to a film festival. I think we wanted to push for it to go to a film festival, but they get expensive. We've been working on it for 2 years, almost 2 years basically. I'm really happy with it. I like the decisions we made, and I'm glad that it took as long as it did, because I don't think it would have been as good if we hadn't put all this time and effort into it. So
a big shout out to everybody who helped us on set. Ryan, Julian, Dawn, Corey, and of course Rene. Big shout out to the actors, Jordan, Ryan, and Olivia and Will, and of course Rene and Hunter in those roles as well.
Working overtime, literally, but we're done.
As always, check out everything else coming out on the Rene Films YouTube channel. That's going to be it for me. Enjoy Paranoid.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes video, and I hope you guys watch Paranoid, which is now streaming on my channel.